Got your boogies out now.
Yeah. We're in.
Boogies on her.
Supposed to be finale.
Oh yeah. Lol. Again, tastes like poo there.
Yeah.
What's been in there?
Red kept sipping.
Dirty.
So we're back with episode 10.
Yeah.
The series finale.
Yeah, big one for you today, guys.
Originally, we were going to obviously do a special. If anything, that's our fault now.
Yeah, nothing's planned.
Yeah, we haven't actually done the prep
As
work
usual.
as we wanted to, so we're delaying it, and we're going to do that from probably, I think it makes more sense now for the next series to kind of just dive deeper into
What are we even promising?
the conspiracies. I want to...
I feel like there's no point in doing one episode on it.
No.
I've said a bunch of times, I feel like we should just leave it for a full separate
breakdown.
series.
So yeah, I feel like maybe that might be the next series
Maybe, yeah.
that
Could
we
be.
get into.
Could be.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yes, unfortunately, no mad finale for you guys today. Just a generic episode giving you a breakdown of what's happened this week and things we've seen, things we've heard.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Boom.
I think the first thing that obviously was probably the biggest news of this week was, as you all know, probably YouTube boxing has taken off.
So dumb.
So stupid. So yeah, obviously if you haven't heard the news, Logan Paul is now officially confirmed that he is fighting Floyd Mayweather.
It's dead official, is it? It's 100%
yeah,
official.
he's even posted about it now. So I think it's confirmed for, I want to say the 20th of Feb, but don't quote me on that.
No,
it's
I think so.
It's around that date, so I definitely know it's in February. I don't know what date it is in Feb. It's just a money-making machine now.
Yeah.
That's all boxing seems to be lately.
Like, you got the proper geezers going at it, like Fury and all that nonsense. But then, like, you don't...
I feel like it just like discredits the actual people that have been doing it for so many years. Like, I know it pulls in numbers, and I think who was it? I think it was David Hay saying it's a good thing for the sport and stuff.
Like, no, obviously there is benefits to it, but
It's kind of like you're faking it.
like everybody knows, like at this point, if you were a bit clueless as to boxing was about the money
yeah,
more than anything else, now it's just
so obvious.
It's
It's
so
just blatantly obvious.
Like,
But-
I understand YouTubers fighting YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like, same level.
Yeah,
All that
it's kind
sort
of like
of
you're both
nonsense.
amateurs.
Yeah, but
I mean, when you've had, I think that'll be Logan Paul's second fight? Yeah, third. So
it'd be his
KSI,
second
innit?
professional. If they're doing it, because he's 0-1, that's his professional boxing record, because he lost to KSI, didn't he?
So, I don't know. I just don't really know what to think of it. I just think that matchup is like, I don't even think they're the same weight, are they?
No,
Like,
Logan
not
Paul's
even
way
far.
heavier.
Yeah, literally. Mayweather's much lighter.
Here we are. Look at him. Big man's got a goal. Number 4 now.
Sorry, got football on in the background, so we might get a little bit distracted. Yeah,
Woo!
there he is. He's had a class game. But yeah, without getting too distracted. I just think it's stupid. I think it's so stupid. Like, Jake Paul obviously had a fight on the undercard for the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones fight, and he fought Nate Robinson. And honestly, I've never seen so much holding up in a fight. It was literally a case of throwing 2 punches and then grappling.
Who is it? Jake Paul now? Is that that fight?
Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson, the NBA player.
Oh yeah, he got smoked, didn't he?
Yeah, to be fair, Jake Paul did absolutely just left-hand him or right-hand
Sunk him.
Oh yeah, he got flat out. But I just think those types of fights are just like such publicity stunts.
Oh yeah, I think Jake Paul's actually trying to
Go with
he's actually trying to do it.
And that's what I've seen a lot of like speculation is like he's actually taking it more serious than Logan is. But I don't know what it is. They've just got so far into the fame that they've They just don't know what else to do. And in all fairness to him, like, at least the avenues, it does just go to show, like, the avenues that do open up. Like, KSI is doing music and he's in the actual fucking charts now.
Yeah, then, like KSI, obviously, he was trash at the start.
Yeah.
Making music, but now he's actually, like,
he's doing bits
really
now.
well, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. I think you can just get good mentors in just like certain areas, or people will just reach out to you because you've kind of got a clout, for a better word.
But it's also the fact that the more it's proven, the more you do it, the better you get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The more music he makes, the better he's gonna get.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's that simple, really.
It is. It is. I'm glad it's not a case of he's just doing like diss tracks. Like I used to hate when like YouTube diss tracks.
But that was like the first phase of this whole boxing thing. Everyone started making diss tracks and everyone.
Literally, it was every other day a diss track would go up.
God.
So I'm glad we're kind of out of that phase. If anything, fighting is probably.
I mean, at least they're scrapping.
At least they're actually putting their fucking.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? Like I don't even know. What do you call it? Like
putting
your money where your mouth is, kind of thing.
Okay.
You're actually trying to back it.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit stupid. Like Mayweather, I think that'll be his second exhibition now, because he had that one in China.
Oh, and he smoked the guy in was he?
It was like he just had some mad payout, didn't he?
Yeah, mad payout for the shortest fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. I think it'll be good for kind of both of them in terms of like, I don't know. Well, Mayweather definitely does not need the cash.
No,
he is not cash strapped at all. Whether it'll be a good fight or whether he's just going to run around the ring and just not let... I hope he batters him. Like, that's all I'm hoping for, is he actually does turn up for it.
I'm almost certain that he could have finished the McGregor fight so much sooner, faster. But he thought, I'll just take the piss. He was just
dancing around him,
He's like, I'll just take the piss for a bit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It probably will be the case of that.
Yeah, you just make your last, just wear it out.
Yeah. It's just mad that he's even got to it, though. That's what I just find fascinating. It's like, how is it the world? It's not the world, because it's not a really fucking massive problem. But it's like, how is it even come to an agreement, kind of thing?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume, was it Dazn?
Oh, I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, DAZN, however you pronounce that. I reckon they're gonna be the sponsor for it, because they seem to be.
They do everything, don't they? At the minute?
All these YouTube fights, they seem to just be in on the money with it.
So I'm pretty sure that they are doing. I remember them reading that they were the first, I don't know what they are, like a
multimedia company or something.
So they
like a streaming
they
service,
have this plan to make like a Netflix of boxing.
Right.
So you pay like a monthly subscription and you can watch whatever fight is on.
Because who was the first one? I remember they did. What fight was it for? I think it might have been even for the KSI Logan Paul fight, where they kind of sprung up, won it.
Probably
so
was.
I think that was the first time I heard of them, and then I think they did the Mike Tyson.
They started loads of sport then, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's like they started doing. Yeah, I've seen them everywhere. It's just that little square in the corner with the 4 letter.
Just kind of taking over. Just kind of taking over, and
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's I think streaming. I don't even know what you want to call it, because it's like they're like essentially boxing's always been a stream. Do you know what I mean? Because it's always been on box office kind of thing. I guess, it's been it. It's been a box office. They're just making their own version, like a digital version of it. I think it'll be good.
I think it definitely is. What you don't want is to end up fucking having so many different streaming services for so many different things and end up paying I've got to pay this monthly, I've got to pay this monthly.
And I mean, even for football now, it's kind of gone to that way now where you've kind of got certain games on BT and then certain games on Sky.
But I would happily pay monthly, like we were talking earlier, I'd happily pay monthly if the Premier League made a streaming service.
Yeah, like a subsection.
You pay a tenner a month, you can watch, like Amazon do, you can choose what game you want to watch. They broadcast every single one.
Yeah.
They broadcast every single one. You can watch whatever one you want to watch. If the Premier League did something like that, I'm sure they'd make a shit ton of money from it.
It would make much more sense, definitely.
Because people they could watch the team that they wanted to watch. They could watch the game they wanted to watch. And they're bound to have the option of where they have Gillette Soccer Saturday with the guys watching each game, and you can watch them and they give you the rundown of each game. They're bound to have shit like that.
It's like what's it called, Red Zone, that you were on about before for American football.
Yeah,
I think that would definitely be. Well, I would assume it's something that's in the talks, if I'm honest.
Well, Amazon have proved it can be done, so I don't know why. And people are far more
committed to it.
They much prefer watching. Well, the people I've spoken to prefer watching it on Amazon because they can do it. Because they've had the rugby this year, haven't they?
Yeah, they had all the what's it called, Six Nations. They've had all that.
The Autumn Nations Cup,
Autumn Nations, whatever you want to call it. It's essentially what's the.
It's just the autumn friendlies.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it does seem everything's going into like subscription based. Like I think we probably even talked about on here. It does seem like everything's just going to be subscriptions now, and it makes sense. Like TV, if I think about it, like people just don't really watch it. Well, people our age don't seem to just sit there and watch TV as much anymore.
Yeah.
It's always either a Netflix, Amazon, YouTube kind of thing. It's probably just the future. It's probably just what'll happen.
It is. And then what's the bet that in the future they'll be like, oh, why can't everything just come under one thing and you pay one like TV license?
Yeah.
So I mean, I was like, fuck, and it's just gonna keep going in circles.
It'll just be one big loop, probably.
So why can't everything just be on, and then we pay one TV license, and then
history does repeat itself, so I would not put it past it if there was like some overarching media service that come out, and they just tried to buy everything. Yeah. Who knows? I feel like that's what I feel like I even might have even looked at it, like Spotify were kind of going into something like that where they wanted to do like video like hosting for like creators and stuff. So I think they kind of wanted to make their own like Spotify, YouTube.
Well, you can see that happening actually. Considering the amount of money they put into podcasts over the last like 2 years. Yeah. Fucking they just started buying everyone, didn't they?
Yeah. It literally is.
Just started buying into every podcast. Like you can find them all on Spotify.
Just being the sponsor of it, which makes sense. It does make sense. Like if they want to grow and stay up to date, like music it serves its purpose. Yeah. But I think podcasting and like I don't even know, like maybe even streaming for like games or whatever. I think
you can definitely see it. Because I suppose video is the next step.
Yeah, like content creation is 100% going to be something they'll look to get into. So I think we'll see that.
Shit, like imagine like. You go to click the song, and then like the video comes up, and you can watch the video for it. Yeah. Like that would be quite sick. I think they've got something like that already, haven't they?
It's kind of like I always find not fascinating. I always find Spotify are more like catered to like our age. Yeah. Because like even for things like Instagram stories, like if you share a song, like it'll play the video in the background, and just things like that. So it seems like they're up in their like kind of content on the app. Yeah. Which I do like. Apple Music needs to up their game big time on that front, I think.
Yeah, they went full radio, didn't they? Yeah. Because they brought out the whole Apple Radio thing.
Like Beats Radio, etc. Which didn't really take off as much as I thought it would have. Like even having like Apple Music, I'm not really one of those people that tunes into it at all.
No, I did when I had my Apple membership, I did. Because I fucking loved Zane Lowe, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to get it now, because Zane Lowe's on there now, isn't he?
Yeah, that was one thing.
He was so good. Charlie Sloth's got on there
Charlie Sloth.
And he's got Fire in the Booth now.
Yeah.
But thing is now, all these people that have gone there, I hear nothing from.
No.
And the thing is, unless Zane puts an interview from like...
Yeah, but on YouTube
Jay-Z
or something like that.
onto YouTube, then I don't hear anything from it now.
And I think that's always one thing that was always going to be a factor of it. It's like the Fire in the Booth 100% get probably more watches on YouTube than they do actually on like live on air. So who knows? We'll I'm sure in the next year or two we'll see some changes. I'm quite excited to see what happens. I think YouTube's serving its purpose for now, but I think there's going to be definitely more front runners.
Well, now that we've said about Spotify, then Spotify could definitely take over that whole YouTube thing.
And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking.
If they're offering, because they've got the music and they've got just their library of like media for your ears is insane. It's massive. You can listen to like there's just ridiculous amounts of stuff on it, and they do like exclusives like Mac Miller had a live exclusive on there, didn't he, just before he passed away, or just after he passed away? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it always seems like Spotify have always got more songs on it. Like, especially for if you listen to like dance music or whatever, it was like Apple Music are just lacking on it. I don't know what it is. I would like to see Spotify take over, if I'm honest. Like, YouTube seems to have a lot of problems at the minute with like censorship and stuff.
Yeah,
I think they're just penalising a lot of channels, like demonetising them. So a lot of people just are using like Patreon and stuff at the minute. So like,
Fuck's that?
it's like you basically just donate to them, and sometimes you get like additional content on there.
What is
it's
it?
like,
Is it just a website?
Yeah, it's like a website which it's not like, I don't know if it's like subscription based or you just like pay in towards a channel. It's kind of like a way for your followers to like support you, where they can make donations, but if you make a donation, you'll see like more content and stuff on there. So they'll kind of put like a teaser video on their YouTube channel, and then obviously if you want to see more or like the full video, then you have to go on their Patreon. Which, I mean, it makes sense, like, because they're getting demonetized because they're saying either not even that mad, like outlandish stuff. I think they're just trying to. I think YouTube are just trying to go into a place where it seems like they're just trying to filter it out so kids don't get exposed to it kind of thing.
It seems to me like it's trying to be just like a TV channel.
Yeah.
That's what
where
it seems
you just
like
don't
to
have
me.
to worry about the content that's on there kind of thing.
It's just trying to be a TV channel because they've got like YouTube originals where they're actually bringing out their own series.
Yeah.
And they're like, they can put whatever they want in these series. It seems like you know people getting their heads fucking chopped off and shit. Do you know what I mean? They can do that, and then people will complain and be like, "Why can't I make that? Not actually chop someone's head off, but like fucking
recreate,
do a drama on there from themselves and put it on there,
but
and not
they'll
get
get penalised. Yeah. Who knows? I don't really know enough about it.
No.
Like, I don't really understand like the monetization side of it too much. But it does seem like from a lot of the content creators that I watch and stuff, it seems like they're struggling with just the over like censorship of it.
Yeah.
And obviously you had like copyright infringements like just popping up constantly. And even like Twitch have like started moving into that, haven't they now? So like they're having like a lot of like their past streams and stuff like taken down and stuff, just wiped off their channel. So
it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so mad.
And that's the thing. Like, I think we spoke about it as well here. It's like the governance behind like the internet. It was kind of just like a free for all kind of place, and it seems like the world is kind of trying to find a way where they can kind of censorship everything. Don't know. Stressful, but not for me.
Jokes. We're sat here doing it. They probably had the same problem that Vine had, where because so many people have so many followers now on YouTube, whereas back in the day it would have just been a handful of people like PewDiePie and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like all those lot would have been the most famous, and then people were like, well, I can just do it. And then more and more people got over a million, and they're like, fuck, if we're paying him that much for $1 million, we got to pay everyone else for $1 million, so we're going to have to fucking,
chop it down somehow.
I wonder what the first like set of rules were, like, if you had this amount of views and like this amount of subscribers, you'd get this much. I wonder how, like that first paycheck. Because then it's something like you need like 10,000 minutes watched or something
to start getting paid. I think you need 4,000 hours a month, and then you need 4,000 hours in the year, and I think you need 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I think
to get like a penny.
Yeah, the AdSense is pretty low. I think about 1 million views equates to like a couple of grand, I think.
Fucking hell.
It's quite mad. It is quite mad. Obviously, then that's when brands start coming on board, though. That's what ideally you want, is like brands sponsoring the video. Because then I think that's when you start getting multiple streams of like income from it. Who knows?
Brand sponsorship is crazy.
It is mad.
Because every now and then you see that one that comes around for like 3 months where they just bumped like Manscaped is fucking
Manscaped
everywhere. People talking about balls and shit everywhere.
Shaving your balls.
And fucking ball deodorant and that, like just everywhere.
No, the one thing I did see, was it yesterday or the day before? It's so it was about like influencers and stuff. Like it was quite technical. It was basically brands using like influencers to get like equity. Like, so you give like a share of your company to the influencer, so they're actually like invested in the company. So you'll keep them on like a 3-year deal or something like that, but they'll have like X% of your company. So you just work with them for like a longer time. And I think that's what a lot of people are like trying to move into now, or like it's being talked about, like how do you actually like utilize them?
Yeah.
Because influencers do mad things for companies, like they generally do, and it's like people will not, like businesses don't seem to be spending like tens of millions of pounds now on advertising, because it can literally just be like
it'll be that, but over a long period of time,
Yeah.
rather than just being like, we want to pay you so much money for one post.
Yeah.
It'll be like, well,
or you
you give
spread it
us
out.
a contract of like, you gotta give us 30 posts
for X amount.
Yeah.
But then we'll work with you, so you're actually invested in the company. You can actually help make decisions on things, rather than this just shit posting where it's like, they just don't care.
Yeah.
And that's why I like people that just are like, nah, I don't want your brand deal.
Yeah.
Just don't want it. I just don't care about your product. Like, start trying to fucking...
Go fuck away.
Yeah. But...
Any brands out there, listen, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
We're happy, we need money.
I got hairy balls. Manscaped at me.
Oh, I need money.
It's been a bit of a weird week. I think it's been a bit slow. Like, we've been slow starting this.
Although, fucking football came back, as in person, not on TV.
So, yeah.
Fucking
yeah. You had a game on Saturday.
Oh, mash my knee up.
Mashed it up.
Mash it
so,
up.
Yeah, you walked in earlier and hobbling everywhere.
Oh, my knee.
Not good.
It's so battered. Do you know what? It was the first time in so fucking long where I had to ice a part of my body and then get in the bath.
And it was freezing.
Bruv, my knee. Yeah, my knee was done. Shattered, bruv. Kaput. It was one of them ones, right? Like, you go in shoulder to shoulder and you get caught on, like, the wrong stride and they hit you and you go...
So what was it? Someone barged you over, basically.
Barged me, fucking Mike Bassett, England manager, into the sideboards, like...
And you've been training as well.
And I fucking, I was running, the guy got under me because he was shorter and he pushed me up. So I went up in the air. And you were fucking... And instead of, like, rolling over... Because fucking I ain't got practice in falling over. I moved for fucking months. You know, like when you're in the swinger things, you roll out of it.
Yeah.
My knee went down, and I just literally, like, say this was my knee, it just went smack bang on the turf. Oh my days! If it was grass, it'd be fine.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Soft,
it was
but
a mess.
It was fucking artificial turf.
Oh yeah, of course. You played on 4G.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, I said to you midweek, I was like, because you said football, you got a game on Saturday, and I was like, right. If I remember rightly, I'm sure your groin went last time. Your back gives you jit.
Everything.
And I thought, yeah, that's definitely going to be an injury. That's the thing. That's the thing. But you were the only one getting injured, other than the keeper pretending he had some fucking bullshit injury.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it was so fucking... Oh, I smacked... But, like, with the adrenaline, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then it's not till the end of the game where you realise, hang on a minute, my leg's not working.
Yeah. It used to be like that when...
Fuck.
The one thing I used to hate as well, especially when it was, like, cold and freezing, it's like, it's muddy, and then you don't really get that problem because you're playing on artificial grass. But when you used to go and undo your laces... And your fingers were so numb.
And when at the start, when you get there and you put your boots on, obviously you got to put your fingers in the back of your boot. And you slide it on, and the sock just goes, and it's like you're lighting a fire on your fingers.
It's like sandpaper all up your fucking fingers.
It is minging.
Yeah, I never ever used to enjoy that. Or when you just hadn't run for so long, and your feet had just gone a little bit numb. You kick the ball. And honestly, it feels like your foot could just snap off.
There was so many instances where some fucking, like, one team would shoot and somebody would get in the way. And you'd hear the ball smack on the back and somebody would go, "Oh!"
Yeah, because those would sting.
Especially in the cold. Like,
yeah, and it's like, it's when you were playing Sunday League, no one ever had, like, a nice quality ball. It wasn't like you were playing with, like, a padded night ball. It was like this fucking ripped mitre.
Ripped your skin off.
Oh, it would leave so many bits. That's why, as being a centre back, I was never the one that would go up for all the headers, because I know when you go for a header and you go so confidently and the ball scrapes against your thing. Oh no,
And it rolls down your nose now.
Yeah. Oh man, I do not miss it.
In the cold, I always felt like if you got hit anywhere, you'd poke it afterwards, and you'd be like, I can't feel anything.
It's numb.
There's nothing there.
It's numb. It's literally numb.
Fucking injuries are shit.
So yeah, you can't walk.
I can't walk. I can podcast though.
Yeah, at least you're back. I bet it felt quite nice.
Oh, his bum.
And
Scored the winner though.
You scored it. Did you? Shit,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, go on.
Scored the winner.
So yeah, so football's back. Football's
I don't know. Well, I have no idea if like these are just friendlies.
Right.
Nothing's been said about the league starting.
Oh,
and
I thought they
I'll tell you what,
now.
actually, this is what I wanted. I'll read out the requirements that we had to take.
Oh well, that thing you showed me.
If I can find it now, if I gotta
like...
scroll up. If I can scroll up and fucking find it now. There was a bunch of requirements we had to fucking.
Yeah, I remember that was like a questionnaire kind of thing.
Yeah, so there was a questionnaire, and then there was so they had to complete a risk assessment, and then we all had to comply with like COVID protocols, and then we had to shower before attending.
Bearing in mind, right, this is from the FA.
Yeah, FAW. This is FAW. So we had to shower before attending, which nobody showers before a game, but I suppose I get it.
Most people.
And then there was like. Bring your own hand sanitizer if available and to use before making contact with other players or equipment.
Yeah.
So like everyone had to bring their
running
own
down the
hand
line.
Do you know what I mean? Quick, fucking sanitize me.
Rubbing it in people's eyes.
Yeah. Arriving kit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that cracked me up is that you couldn't get changed.
Yeah, so you couldn't get changed. You just had to turn up.
No changing room.
And obviously they have the coach has all the kit and shit. So. Fucking everyone's just getting changed. Oh, nips was
freezing.
Oh, my nips were killing me by the end of the game.
Yeah, because
I had no idea why, bro. They fucking.
It's the chafing. Yeah.
I have to Vaseline them. Thing is, I want to fucking Vaseline them, but then I don't want the Vaseline to come through the shirt. When I put the shirt on, it's got
greasy nips.
Pure circles around my nips
ass
and that.
nips.
Do you get me? Everyone's like, why are you fucking lactating and that? What's that about? Arriving kit. Arrive at 1 p.m. and not congregate before, and then have 15 minutes to warm up.
Not enough in this cold condition.
No,
that's where groins go.
No. And then there was like a one-way system through the car park and all that shit, and onto the pitch and all that bollocks.
I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. Like they've kind of got to put it in place, and it was probably nice that. Regardless of it, you actually got to play.
Yeah.
It's been so long now. Isn't it? That you haven't played. I think your last game was in what? February or March?
Must have been February, March. It's good though, because I've needed new boots for so long and I haven't had any money to get new boots. So it's got fucking, at least I can earn some fucking money now. Do you know what I mean? To get some boots. Jesus.
Yeah. It's mad. But
fucking maintenance on boots is a joke.
It is.
Such an expensive sport to fucking
take part in. As a hobby.
Such a
Especially
joke.
because you can't get, like, even when we were young, like, it always used to be a case of you couldn't get, like, F10s. Because you just know they're whack.
Yeah,
Like, having, like, being that kid in the team that just has the plastic boots, it just ain't the life. It just isn't it. Especially,
so
like...
fucking expensive.
But then at the same time, like, I remember I think I had a pair of, like, Did they do F20s or F30s
they did
and then
30s,
F50s,
yeah.
wasn't it?
50s were the big ones.
Yeah.
30s were the ones that
like,
usually everyone would get.
Yeah,
because they were like mid, but like
70 quid-ish.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think I had a pair of F10s for a bit, right? And being a defender, it was fucking class. It was so good because I always had the issue when I used to buy like nice boots that like the leather was just so soft that every time I went for a challenge, I would just get studded, like my feet would just be in bits. But I remember having a pair of F10s. I was like a train just going through people because it was like having fucking another shin pad on. And that's the best thing. Like I remember back in the day, everyone used to wear the biggest shin pads.
Oh
like,
man,
I don't remember anyone wearing these tiny ass ones like they do now. Like, I remember when I went to go back to play football, like, a couple of years ago, and I went to Sports Direct, and I was thinking, yes, right, I just need a pair that are just updated versions of mine. And I was walking around, I was like, what the fuck are these little mini junior size ones? and they were fully grown men. So I was like, the fuck, I can't play centre back getting licked in the legs like this.
Mate, shins are... Oh, fuck, man.
That's one thing I used to hate. It's just getting studded on the ankles. Oh, in this cold weather.
Ruthless.
Yeah, and
You just got to lower it, haven't you?
you do.
Ain't ya?
But then, to be fair, you can't shower after the game, so you don't have to have that, like, fucking, you know, burn. Oh, you're freezing.
My knee would have been...
in absolute tatters. It's not about it.
But I landed right. I landed on top of it, and then all around it is just fucked. All around my knees, so fucked.
Yeah, it literally just swells up. Like, I mean, it is horrible though.
It's like I had a ball sack hanging off under my cap. It was mad.
Like, there's something about just
Manscaped
like
on our knees.
just shaving off your knees.
No, it's not a saggy testy, bro. It's just a swollen knee.
No, there's something about like artificial pitches that I just didn't enjoy. Like, I remember when we used to play rugby, and we thought it was such a luxury when we trained
in the barn, wasn't it?
No, we trained in like Cardiff Arms Park.
Oh yeah.
We trained in Cardiff Arms Park like a few nights, and it was so cold, and I just didn't expect it to be like, it's like fucking carpet. And you're in the bottom of a mall, and people are just ragging you. And honestly, I left, and I just had carpet bins everywhere. I was like, this is grim. Like, how is this a professional rugby team's pitch?
Yeah, rugby's a bit silly on...
Yeah, because you're constantly on the floor.
Yeah.
It's just like a game where you need kind of a little bit of soft landing like that. You're constantly on your knees.
Yeah, but do you remember what there was before fucking artificial grass? Do you remember what we used to train on?
What, like
fucking AstroTurf?
Yeah, like
sand.
Sand. Yeah,
it was like
sandpaper.
Literally sandpaper. It was just paper with sand poured on top. It was actual sand on paper.
And when it used to get wet, it used to be the worst.
Like, who thought that was a fucking good idea? I don't understand. Fucking the ball would bounce. You're trying to control it. Sand all in your eyes. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, that's the
can't
worst.
see niche. You like head of the ball. It's like, sandstorm.
Yeah, fucking... I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of that.
It was fucking ruthless.
To be fair, as a kid, I was definitely more resilient to pain than I think I would be now. It's like the times where you just go skating. Like, you remember you used to do skateboarding, like when we were younger? Did not care. Like, I was just never fazed about doing things. Like, do you know when the worst pain though is still when you had like a scooter or a skateboard and it bangs you in the shins, your ankle. Oh.
You try and hit the whip around and jump back on and go. Ting! Oh.
Like, I'll never forget when. Remember that time when I tried to do a hippie jump? So if you don't know, if you don't know what a hippie jump is, it's basically you leave the board, you jump up. Obviously, so there's like an obstacle in the way, so
skating towards like
a rail. I tried to do. The board goes underneath, and you jump over the rail and try and land back on the board.
Yeah.
Dickhead by here jumped, landed on the other side, fucking rolled my ankle. It was in a mess. I remember I had a fresh pair of Converse on, right?
God.
Not the most fucking suited trainers probably to go skating in. And I think I was going out like when we got home from skating, so I didn't want to take my shoe off because I knew what was going to be the outcome. So I left it on for like 3 hours, and I got home and my ankle was like a balloon. It was a mess.
You know when something like that happens and you finally see it and then you put it up and you just like, because you like put it up on the bed or whatever, you're just like,
I'm in agony.
God.
Yeah.
Why does pain only hit you like
hours
when
later?
You stop?
Oh yeah. That's the thing. It's like you just.
Because if I fucking felt that earlier, I wouldn't have done more.
No, that would have been me done. But I think as I've got older, my pain threshold's definitely decreased.
It's because you gotta look after yourself. Like when you're a kid, you just fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think it's because I remember seeing something before, and it was like you actually know like the actual consequences of like doing stupid shit.
Yeah,
but I do
100%.
Miss it. I'll never forget when we went on a night out as well, and I think, were you there? We went to Bristol. And...
Was this the bush?
Yeah, were you there?
I don't think I went that time.
Anyway, there was like a grit box next to this bush, and obviously when you just get pissed, you just think anything's a good idea. And I'm not even joking. No one knew it was a thorn bush. Like it was fucking a big massive bush next to a grip box. We're all just front flipping off the grip box into this bush. And I got up and it looked like I'd been like fucking scrammed by a cat a million times all over.
Scrammed by a cat.
Oh, there was face, like my face was in bits, my back looked like fucking I'd had the maddest sex.
Wow.
Oh, it's class. Absolutely genius.
Fucking our immune systems must have been on a madders back then.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Going out. I didn't even know.
Amount of times we had a cut and we just roll around in mud and shit.
Yeah. Just not even bothered. Literally
No,
not
if
even
I'm
bothered.
like, there's mud in it, I'm like, fuck, clean it!
Gonna
And then
get
clean it, I'm like, ah! Ah! I'm getting fucking jugged up. It's like, ah!
I think this generation, like going forward now, I think we were probably the last generation that weren't fucking snowflakes,
Yeah.
essentially. And like, I don't think kids now just don't go out as much.
Yeah.
I feel like when I have kids, I'm gonna ingrain it, or just like start
Get fuck
booting
out.
it. Like,
Get some whack trainers.
yeah.
You're getting hand-me-downs. Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting nothing new.
Nah, I think it's important that you teach the kids, like, start from the ground up. And then
Yeah.
I hope I'm in a position where I can afford, obviously, nice things, but I am definitely going to be that horrible dad at some point where I'm just like, right.
I told you the other day, you're going to be the grumpiest old man ever.
I do feel like I'm going to get to that point where I'm just going to be like, right, that's it. That's it. Just going to start playing football with him. Just fucking ankle tap him.
And then they're not going out, and you go upstairs, you're like, why the fuck are you not going out? And you see him dropping fucking 20 bombs on COD, and you're like, oh, is it right?
That
Go
used
on
to be
then,
me
kid.
back in the day.
Go on then, kid. Fuck going out.
Literally. Talking about throwbacks. Well, a nice new album that's dropping. Kid Cudi.
Oh. Woo.
So if you're not a Kid Cudi fan, me and Sped are huge fans. So we are eagerly anticipating this album. Man on the Moon 3 is obviously the third part of the Man on the Moon albums
Series.
for Kid Cudi. It's been, how long did he say?
10 years?
It's been 10 years.
About 10 years, I think.
It hasn't been the last album. It hasn't been his last album for 10 years though.
No,
Like he's
no.
released bits in between, but if I'm honest, other than what was the one like Pain?
No,
Passion.
Indie Kid was very good as
Yeah,
well.
Indie Kid was sick. And then he released the one where he's like this, whoa, on the cover. What's that one?
Not confused. Is it confused?
It might be something like that.
No, it's
that's
Bullet.
a tune.
It was Bullet, like Bullet something.
Yeah, that one was a bit random.
I think that was when he was. He did a rundown of all of his things, and he was like, that one was the
Like
cry
what-
for help.
Like what stages it
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
Because he was in a real dark place
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that point. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think obviously he's used music to express what's going on in his life.
I
and
think
he's
that's
done
why-
it very well.
I think that's why our generation.
It's so relatable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's definitely been like the voice of our like teenage years.
He's class.
Whether you're having a
Fucking love
sick
that guy.
day and you want to listen to one of his tunes that are a bit more
Yeah.
upbeat, or if you're having a fucking shit ass day and you want to cry.
He's just got so many tunes.
Oh, so many good songs.
He's just raw.
I'm so gassed for it. Like, we looked at the track list earlier and there's a song with Pop Smoke and Skepta. So, I don't know.
I think that's the one that's got everyone's.
Yeah, I think
attention
that'll
on it,
be
isn't
the
it?
one that'll probably go in the charts, I'm assuming. He never really gets that, like, recognition
No.
in the charts, though, which is always something that I've kind of liked.
He's like the underground king. Like,
Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Like, it's either you listen to him or you just don't really pay much
Yeah.
attention to him. But he's never like forced in your
No.
face.
So his first number one was the Travis Scott song.
Yeah,
That was his
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
That was his first like
yeah, it was.
Billboard or whatever number one. The
Yeah.
Scots.
I think the only time like he probably got close to that was maybe Day and Night.
Probably.
Day and Night was probably the last one I can remember getting so high up.
Day and night.
Or I made to say, oh.
Oh yeah, that was a good song.
Oh. But
Oh,
yeah,
it's just got so many bangers.
I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait. I think that'll be probably, I'm hoping, a nice end to the year. I'm hoping it's not a disappointing
Easier to
album.
save.
Yeah, I feel like he is.
Mm.
I feel like in this shit year, an album from Kid Cudi is what we need.
You don't. Do you have Spotify?
Nah.
You don't have Spotify. I did my my Spotify roundup.
Oh yeah.
How do I?
Oh yes.
Can I
so
look it again?
thanks to anyone that obviously Spotify like released their Wrapped for 2020.
Yeah.
A couple of people have sent in theirs, and yeah, I think we actually topped quite a few people's like leaderboards for most listened, not tunes, most listened podcasts. There was some people that are doing 3 episodes in one day, which I thought was fucking.
Come on, the boys.
Which I thought was fucking quality.
Must be fucking bored.
That was definitely a worker from home. So shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys for sending that to us. It's nice to see that we are getting listens.
People are out there.
And it's loyal listeners, clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sick to see. Like, that got me gassed, I'm not going to lie. And obviously, if you haven't seen the post, we reached our first 1,000 plays in total.
So,
Go on.
No, go on, carry on.
No, go on.
Okay, yeah, so I'm looking at my my roundup now.
Yeah.
And it says, one song helped you get through it all.
Yeah, the Scots. There it is.
Oh, it's such a banger.
There it is.
It's such a banger. So that was my most listened song in
Of
2020.
2020.
Was the Scots.
I mean, deservedly so.
Fuck, the first stream was April 24th.
Of that song.
That's so long ago.
Yeah, it does seem like, because it was after the Fortnite event, wasn't it? It was like the end song to the Fortnite event.
Yeah.
And then he just dropped it the day after.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he had do you know what, right? He had the fucking waviest hair that time.
He did,
Can you remember that? He had all the different colours in his hair.
Yeah.
Oh, class. I wish I could actually pull something like that off.
So my top 5 songs of the year, if it comes up again, I'll screenshot it so it doesn't fucking run off my screen now. So my top 5 songs was The Scots #1.
Yeah.
J Hurst Repeat featuring Coffee.
Repeta. Banger.
Reg 32 All In
Yeah.
with Burna Boy, and then Destiny by Burna Boy and Collateral Damage by Burna Boy.
Yeah. Burna Boy, do you know what, right? I fucking love it.
He's so good.
He just makes me want to start whining on it.
He's just, honestly,
he makes me want to
the
feel
feet
like
start tapping, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, here we go.
Just, I feel like a bad bee.
Oh, a bad beat.
I love it. It makes me literally want to go to like Carnival next year or something. If it happens, just there's something about like Afrobeat music that just gets you absolutely
so
going.
Gas.
It makes me literally just want to fucking get a Maggie and just start absolutely going ham.
A Maggie o'clock, I said.
fucking love it. I fucking love it. I reckon it's such sick upbeat music.
Oh, it's so happy, like
yeah.
You just can't help but enjoy it, can
Yeah.
you?
There was, do you know what, right? This was the weirdest thing. So I think I had Apple Music on shuffle, right, the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was listening to a reggae song and then I left it on, like, you know, you can do like create station. So I did that and it obviously just like makes a playlist in it to like similar songs.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've never heard a weirder. I'll have to play it to you because it was the darkest reggae tune. It was about this girl, and she got fucking molested by her dad, and she's going, "You're my dad, don't touch me," and all this in like a reggae song. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Jesus.
Yeah, I was listening to it. I was in the shower, and then I got out of the shower, and I just started listening to the lyrics. I was like, "What is that?" She's going, "Oh, you're meant to be my protector. You're my dad," and then I was like, "Oh right, this is getting straight off."
Wow, fuck
yeah, not about that. Madness. But most Afrobeat tunes and reggae tunes, just good vibes.
Oh, yeah, so my top artists were Travis Scott #1, Pop Smoke 2, Drake 3, Burna Boy 4, and Kid Cudi 5.
Yeah.
Those are my that's my top 5.
I think my most streamed album would probably be, I think it might even be Pop Smoke's album, if I'm honest.
It's got everything on there.
I think I just rinsed it. When it came out, I just didn't listen to anything different.
Same.
Literally anything different for a good solid month and a half, maybe longer. I just fucking banged it through the whole... It's
because it's got everything on there.
Yeah.
Like, it had everything you needed on there.
I think it was probably my favourite album of this year, sadly.
And there was nothing, like... There was nothing else coming at the time. There was nothing out, like...
To compare against it.
Like it was by far the best so far, anyway.
Yeah, 100% for this
us,
year.
Anyway.
But I'm hoping Kid Cudi pulls through now. have a nice solid end to the year.
Yeah.
And then who knows, he might be in Student Union next year doing a tour. LOL. LOL.
Oh, he's
As
never,
if.
is he? He's never gonna do it.
Nah, this one fucks me off.
We're never gonna get the chance to see him. I swear to
No.
God.
Unless
Unless
you
he
go,
listens to this and he invites us on.
yeah, I'm going Rolling Loud in Portugal next year. Because I'm sure he was on the head. I'm sure
Was he?
he was on the list for that last year. But then obviously it got cancelled and got postponed for next year.
He's gotta be on something.
I know.
Just do something.
Do you know how many times we've just
something
wanted, like, that's the one thing that does my head in. It's like, they just do American tours.
Yeah.
And I know America's massive, so you're just knackered by the end of it.
Do a fucking world tour.
I know. Just
Fuck's
do
sake.
it.
Well, we got to see Bads early.
Yeah, we've seen
And
Joey
he hasn't been
Badass.
back since.
No, he's done nothing.
He's released plenty more albums
Yeah.
since the fucking last
He
time we
could
seen
have.
him, and he ain't
Yeah.
come here.
No.
And he's still sitting on his new one. I don't know
Yeah.
when that's coming out.
Just get sick of it. I just get
Winds
sick.
me up now.
I know, I know. I love music, but I get so annoyed waiting.
Fuck.
I know. What time we at?
And we got to see the game.
What time?
The game was sick. Have we? 45.
Yeah, we did see the game. We had to be fair. The start of this year was so sick.
When did we see him?
In January.
Oh my god. No, you saw
February.
Yeah,
it was
you
like
saw
the
Kano
start
Jan.
of Feb. Yeah, so I seen Kano the end of Jan.
Oh, 2020 started so well.
Oh, so well. Like, honestly, the start of the year, I think I even put on Instagram, this is so sick. And then, yeah.
Oh, you fucking you single-handedly jinxed it, you lying bastard.
I jinxed it. I think this year is just a complete write-off.
Fucking sabotaging bastard. You ruined it for everyone. Fuck.
I did have the maddest high hopes of this year, and
I think everyone did. Everyone felt like it was just
it was going to
ready.
be it. It was
just
gonna
everyone. Just all of a sudden, the whole world united and felt so ready for 2020.
Yeah. I remember being
Fuck.
New Year's Eve last year, being absolute lit off my tits, and being gassed because it was New Year's Eve, and I thought, yes, here we go.
It's New Year. You
And then-
probably had your tickets. When did we buy the tickets for the game? Because you were like, should we go? It must have been like November
I
time.
think we bought them quite late. Oh, no. We bought the game ones quite, like,
I think it was
yeah,
like November
pretty
time. Because
soonish.
like start November, you're like, should anyone go? I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, it's only like 30
it
quid.
was
Might as
30
well.
quid, and it was so good.
Oh, it's so
But can you remember
class.
that fucking, I've got a vengeance to that guy. Can you remember him? So, the game was obviously towards the end of the show, he was getting people on the stage.
Yeah.
And there was one point where me and Spud got fucking so involved in like a mosh pit because we just like thought, fuck this, dropped our drinks,
Yeah.
and we were pissed as on a school night.
Yeah.
Oh,
school night.
so litty, like. And then we just dropped our drinks. Game started inviting people on the stage. I fucking got right to the front behind this massive cunt. Sorry for my language, but he's a bell end. Like, he was so, just like, he was holding the railing like this. My man's just got the broadest shoulders. I'm trying to, like, nudge him out the way. And he's just, like, gripping the bar, like, even harder. I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, he was like, oh, I've been queuing for ages. I was like, for what? And he was like, so I could be at the front. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm
this
trying to get
man
past
on
you.
stage.
I was like, well, get up on the stage then. And he was like, no. I was like, all right, well, let me get on the stage. He's like, no. I was like, what are you doing? Like, just move out my way. He was such a bellend. Like, I've never been, like, so vexed in a concert. Because he was just, like, I could see him just going like this. He was just, like, stood at the bar, like, on the fucking, like, the little railing. And he's just gripping it so hard and getting, like, fucking these veins in his neck.
Oh, the swole neck.
I was like, why do you care about being that close to the railing? Like, just get on the stage.
Fucking hell.
Drink some fucking Ciroc with the game, like.
Oh, it was so good. That was class, to be fair.
Yeah.
And just to top it off, honestly, the 5 guys we had afterwards was...
Boom.
Oh, my
I remember
days.
being in there, sat in there, so gassed.
Oh,
Do you know when you go and...
spinning
Yeah.
on a school night.
Yeah. I remember we were eating and I think I was going to you, I could cry.
Something probably.
I was just so gassed. I just literally was just fucking like emotional. I was that
Oh, it was
gassed.
so good.
Oh, it was class. It was so good.
It's like he's never going to do another one. He's never
Nah.
going to come back, is he?
I think what it was like we seen obviously him perform in Bristol the night before. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
obviously performed in the Marble Factory, and he just took people outside, didn't he? And started
Everyone's
dapping.
running down the street, like.
He started running down the street with everyone in the background, which was fucking class. Like, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it probably will be his last tour. So what, £30 to spend, like.
Yeah, like. Especially for us, like, he's had so many bangers. Like,
over our years, yeah. And he performed,
so many good songs.
and he performed all of them. That was the best part of it. Like, I think that like the set list for it was just class.
It's just like, fuck it, let's just
play all the classics and also new things. But yeah, Ali Boumaier, did that go off? Did that go off?
We were waiting like all night for that.
Yeah. I think that was the tune. And then as soon as I seen it, top drinks, boy, I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in. That was me running down.
I'm in. And literally, people were getting booted. Class.
Oh, I see.
There's just something I miss, man, about live music. Like, I can't wait to be able to go and see just something. I bet the moment they start opening up, but like it just seems so far away. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It does. If I think about it, it doesn't seem soon.
Like they've only just introduced like people back into stadiums for football, and they got to sit far away from each other. Like, how are you gonna do a gig?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Like, I remember just before things did actually start getting like shut down, didn't they do a festival that was like socially distanced? Can you remember seeing that? Where it had all like the little, little squares of like scaffolding kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
it's not the same, is it? You get up in each other's mush and that, like.
No, that's
you feel each other's sweat all over you.
I did see something though the other day, and it was like a throwback to an event, and it was just like a video of like a crowd, like someone in the crowd, and it was just how it was like, oh, I can't believe we used to live like this, and it was just generally people like face to face, like sweating on each other. It was like, ugh.
No, the worst one I was ever in was at Reading. And it was the Foo Fighters. That's the worst I've ever
felt.
Oh, it was horrendous.
Sardines.
You were like this, right? Just thousands of people back, just tucked in like this.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm reasonably tall, so like, if I started to feel like fuck, because like, if you're claustrophobic, you fuck, and I am.
Yeah.
So. Like, if I started feeling it, I'd just, like, look up.
And just start
Because if you look down, you just get heat.
Yeah,
like, you would just get heat. If you look up, you get, like, cold, just fresh air.
Yeah.
And it was, like, if you were small...
You're fucked.
Yeah, and there was a woman, like, reasonably close to us, and she just started screaming, like, get me out, get me the fuck out.
It is,
so, like, and the only way to get out is... Just, like, go to the front, because you can't go backwards. There's no way.
You're not even going to get through.
Yeah. And that's why so many people go to mosh pits, because it's the only way you can fucking lift your arms like this.
Get some air, like.
It was, that was horrendous. That was the worst, like.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
I know, it is one of those things, and it's like, you've got to be prepared.
Yeah.
You've got to be prepared for it, like, to be that fucking just crammed.
Yeah.
The one thing I hate is when when you're that crammed, and then everyone starts, like pushing or like moving to one side and you can't stop
and then
it.
everyone's going like this and you're like fuck.
If you fall over, you're just getting trampled on pretty much.
No, yeah.
Nah, to be fair, I've always,
horrible. Every
time I've been to like a festival or a place where it's been that crammed, as soon as someone falls over, people will just give them space. Like, I remember we went to Love Saves the Day, right, in Bristol, and this kid just decided to lie down, like at the front, not at the front, like it was pretty much the front, but he was like, oh, I just want to lie down. And then literally, like, he just chose to do it. It wasn't like he was just like struggling or anything. So he was like, there was everyone just like made him a little like circle, and he was just there, just like lying down, just so peacefully. And he just like the most chilled man. Class. I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up. What say you?
Yeah. What say you?
What say you? So yes. That is
number 10,
episode 10
finale
of series 2. I hope you enjoyed. As we said before, thank you for anyone that's listened to this far. Appreciate anyone sending in their rap. Let's keep up the support.
Keep going.
I don't know if Apple Music or Apple Podcasts do anything like that. I don't think they do. Hence why I think Spotify are the leading force.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate anyone listens, shares, reposts.
Yeah.
I've been Tom.
I've been Spud.
Blah.